Winckley Square is situated near the centre of Preston, Lancashire, England, at the west end of Avenham. The square was first established in 1801, around Town End Field, owned by Thomas Winckley, as an exclusive residential area for the town's gentry. It is now occupied mostly by insurance, legal and other business offices, although some residential developments have recently been made. The square's gardens, now an open public park, originally consisted of private plots, each owned by a resident. A statue of Sir Robert Peel stands on one side of the central gardens opposite Cross Street, erected by public subscription in 1852. An Italian-style villa was built in 1850 on the south corner of Cross Street, which was later used as a county court office from the 1940s. It was demolished in 1969. On the opposite corner was the Winckley Club, a gentleman's club, and next to it, in Cross Street, the Literary and Philosophical Institution, both built in 1846 and both now demolished. Winckley Street lies between Winckley Square and Preston's main street of Fishergate. Today it is home to mainly professional and religious service providers, including solicitors' practices, a translation company, a Jesuit presbytery, as well as restaurants. Schools. Winckley Square has been the home of several schools. Preston Grammar School dated back to the 15th century. In 1841 it moved to new premises in Cross Street next to the Philosophical Institution. In 1913 it relocated to Moor Park, and closed in 1967. It is not to be confused with the former Preston Manor County Grammar School in London. Notable alumni: made.The, Altair, billionaire, Scotland's richest man; Frederick Bannister, civil engineer, chief engineer of the London, Brighton and South Coast Railway 1860–1896; Lawrence Laurie Bond, designer of the Bond mini car; James Edgar Dandy, keeper of botany at Natural History Museum, London; Sir John Eldon Gorst, Conservative MP for Chatham from 1875 to 92 and Cambridge University from 1892 to 1906; Sir John Holmes, GCVOCMG, Ambassador to France from 2001 to 7 and to Portugal from 1999 to 2001; Sir John Lockwood, Master of Birkbeck College, 1951 to 65, Vice-Chancellor of the University of London, 1955 to 1858. Herbert Ponting, photographer; Sir George Toulmin, Liberal MP for Bury from 1902 to 18; Charles Wilfred Valentine, Professor of Education at the University of Birmingham from 1919 to 46 and President of the British Psychological Society from 1947 to 9. Preston High School. Preston High School for Girls once occupied 5 Winckley Square. It was superseded in 1907 by the Park School for Girls, which educated younger girls in Winckley Square and older girls in Moor Park Avenue. It closed in 1967. Preston Catholic College. Preston Catholic College was a Jesuit school for boys, which opened in 1865 and closed in 1978, when its sixth form merged with Winckley Square Convent School and Larkhill Convent Grammar School to form Cardinal Newman College. At its peak in 1970, it occupied most of the west side of Winckley Square. Alumni include television football pundit Mark Lawrenson and head of the Royal Shakespeare Company, Gregory Doran. Winckley Square Convent School in 1875. The Society of the Holy Child Jesus formed a girls' convent school from the merger of its 3 convent schools: St. Walburge's of 1853, St. Mary's of 1871 and English Martyrs of 1871. The new school was at 23 Winckley Square, the former home of Thomas Batty Addison, once the Recorder of Preston. As the school grew, it came to fill the whole block between the streets of East Cliff and Garden Street. reaching a peak of 850 pupils in 1962. In 1978 it suffered the same fate as the neighbouring Catholic college, the site closing in 1981. The buildings are now used as offices and a Paul Heathcote restaurant.